Yo, yo! Hey! I'm Hunter. Hey, welcome to Fall Fest!
Fall Fest! Hey, we're here at Fall Fest! Come on! Let's go! Let's hear something! Yes, sir!
Hey, if you're having a good time tonight, make some noise!
Come on! Yes, sir!
All right. Remember, keep those tickets in your hand because we'll call out the numbers. And first place will get $50 to Amazon. Second place will get $25 to Amazon. But third place will get the rotisserie chicken.
This man said, he said, cook me up. He said, cook me up. I'm a rotisserie chicken. Come on,
We got some games out here. All right, but we got one last opportunity to win 15 tickets. And I said 15 tickets.
15.
All you got to do is be the first one to eat this donut without your hands.
It's easy.
It's easy.
I did it for like 10 years.
One time, so we need 4 people right now. 4 people.
We need 4 people. Okay, here we go. Who wants to do it? We need someone. We got it. All right, here we go. One more. Oh my gosh. Come on up here. Come up on stage. Go up the stairs. All right, come up on stage. Oh, that's a jump. That's a jump. That's a jump. Here we go. All right. Now listen, you guys know the rules. Listen up. You must not use your hands. You must put your hands behind your back. You cannot touch anything with your hands. It's only with your face. Okay, do you guys understand? It's pretty easy, pretty simple. If it drops to the floor, that's tough. Okay? If it drops to the floor, that's tough. That's good luck.
All right. I don't know how to count, so help me count down from 7. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Keep it going. Let's go. Hey, cheer for your homie.
It looks so funny.
Cheer for your homie. I don't hear you.
Come on.
Let's go.
You got like that? You got like that? You got like that?
This is what fish feel like right here. Why is swinging so much? This ain't boxing, dog.
This is like a circus act.
Oh, you better eat that.
Oh my God.
That's tough. You better eat that.
That's tough. You don't have to eat it, but if you want to, when you're not close.
No hands.
Did you get it?
No hands.
Bro.
No hands.
Is this allowed? I don't know what to do. No elbows, no hands, no nothing.
She's eating it. They're eating it.
It's dropping, bro. You got this. Come on.
Oh my God, that's nasty. That's disgusting. Oh my God. That's disgusting, man.
Don't drop
Oh
it.
my God.
Whatever you do. We don't want you to die.
Come on, go.
What's going on? This is madness.
Keep going, bro. Keep going. It's gotta be cleaned up. It's gotta be cleaned up.
My eye. Ow.
That's going on Instagram. Let's go.
Don't let it drop. Come on. Bro, you got the mid crocs. I know you went on Amazon to get those. I saw those in the marketplace. They're really nice. He got the shoes. Oh my goodness, please. Don't let it happen. Please. Bro, coach ain't gonna put you in the game. Coach gonna bench you now. Hey, bro, coach my bench him. He got it. Come on. One more. Hurry. I can't scream. Right here, Hunter, right here.
No, he got it.
He had it too.
All right, you two sit down. We're gonna have to settle this.
Hold on. He got it. Right when you said it, he got it. Wait.
We're gonna settle this all back.
We got time.
Stay up here. Somebody take off their shoe. Take off their shoe.
It's about to get stinky in here.
We need one. All right. raffle. I say a body part, you touch that body part. When I say shoe, you grab the shoe. First person to grab the shoe takes it all. Are you ready? All right, real. Use this one as a card. All right, go ahead and state your name, son. Hey, if you want Brady to win, make some noise. State your name, sir. Jake. Hey, if you want him to win, make some noise. I'm gonna say a body part. You better touch the body part. Y'all ready?
Here we go.
Head, shoulders, knees, armpits, nose. That's disgusting, but I gotta smell it. Head, shoot!
Oh, it's over! Oh, no!
Go ahead, give him his crock back.
Man.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead and
I'm
give it up
already
for
sure we
Brady.
lost
Go
the
ahead,
one.
guys.
Practice
Go ahead
shoot.
and sit down. Here are your 15 tickets as promised, sir. 15 tickets.
Wow, look at all those cards.
Thank you guys for coming to Fall Fest. Ethan Ibarra, Hunter, can you guys grab this and take it on stage for me?
Come on, boys.
You guys, thank you for coming to
Let's
Fall
go.
Fest. It is about that time. Are you ready to find out who wins the raffle?
Yes, sir! Come on! It's raffle time!
All right, Adam's gonna read off some numbers on the tickets.
Oh, I'm gonna read them up, all right? All right, here we go.
Now, we'll start off with third place. Actually, let's start off with second place because the rotisserie chicken's high.
Oh my goodness.
For second place, for the $25 Amazon gift card, check the tickets, is
8, 6, 7, 1, 7, 4.
No, you're lying. Who is it? You got 5 seconds. You gotta bring the ticket up, though. Let
Gavin,
me see the ticket.
let's see the ticket, brother.
Let me see the ticket.
Let's see it, bro.
Let me see that. 8, 6, 7. He's a
He's
winner.
got it! Gavin, let's go!
If you don't want it, I got you. Hey, if you don't
Hey, bro,
want it,
do you want
I don't
that? Are
even
you
know
sure?
what are you
Okay.
gonna get?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you too. All right, now for first place. For first place and a stick of deodorant because you guys stink. This is unused, so we need you guys to have this. First place, $50 to Amazon and a stick of deodorant goes to.
Wait. I haven't decided yet. Wait. 8, 6, 7, 3, 8, 6.
Who is it? Bring
Who
the
done
ticket
it?
up.
Who done it?
You guys
8,
got it. Bring the
6,
ticket up.
8,
Let's
6,
say right here.
7, 3, 8,
Bring
6.
the ticket up. Let me
She
see
got
the
it?
proof.
Come on upstage, come on up here.
Let me see it. Come on up here. Come on up here.
All right, does it match? Does it
Verify it.
match? Yeah, turn so I can see it. 8, 6, 7, 3, 8, 6. She's got it, guys. She has won the $50 Amazon gift
What
card.
are you gonna get with this Amazon gift card?
Shoes?
Give it
Okay.
up for shoes.
Okay. She got shoes.
Oh, wait. You need this. You need
Wait,
this.
she
Here
did-
you go.
yeah,
You
she
want some
gotta-
deodorant? Here
she
you
gotta
go.
get that.
You need- I got you. All right. Now the moment you've all been waiting for. Third place for the rotisserie chicken goes to. Go ahead, Adam.
Can't grab it.
Hold on. This is game right here.
8, 6, 3. Whoa, I can't read. 8, 6, 7, 3, 0, 7. Does he got it? Wait, don't got it, brothers.
Who got it? Who got it? Read it again.
8, 6, 7, 3, 0, 7.
You guys got 5
Rotisserie chicken.
seconds. 5, 4. Hey, she wants some rotisserie
Uh-oh,
chicken.
did she get it? Here we go.
Let me see the proof. Come up on stage. Let me see the proof.
This is $60 rotisserie chicken, so. Yup, she got it. She got the best gift on the market. All right, wait, hold on. I got a question.
Are you gonna eat it though?
Wait, what are you gonna buy with rotisserie chicken?
Yeah. What are you gonna buy with the rotisserie chicken?
Two.
You, okay.
You guys, thank you for coming to Fall Fest. Everyone, stand on up. We're gonna transition to a time of worship. If you guys can please pray to God with me, that would be dope. God, thank you so much for this family being here. Thank you so much for letting us just have time out of our week. Lord, please speak to us tonight and let us just get rid of those distractions and open up our hearts. In Jesus' name I pray. Everyone said,
God together. Am I right? I want you guys to just take a second from the busyness of life and just listen to God. I want you to think about life and how busy it is and the going and going and going, and it just takes it out of you sometimes. It takes it out of our soul, and sometimes you just get so tired of doing the same old every single day. So think about that right now. Jesus has more for you. He can fill you up when you're tired and when you're weak. And he wants to. He wants to fill you up with his goodness and his mercy and his kindness. He wants to revive your tired soul. Let him fill you up. Let him awake your soul and give you strength. There is a sound I love to hear. It's the sound of the Savior's robe as he walks into the room where people pray, where we hear praises he hears. Let him fill your soul. There is a sound I love to hear. It's the sound of the Savior's robe as he walks into the room where people pray, where we hear praises he hears. Awake my soul and sing his praise aloud. Sing his praise aloud. Awake my soul and sing his praise aloud. Sing his praise aloud. guys can take a seat.
Faith, we're stuck. So sweaty. I know.
For pumpkin spice stuff. I'm excited for sweater around the weather. Give me a whoop if you like the sweater. Amen. I'm ready for all the great holidays that come with fall, like a good old Halloween. Oh my gosh. And Thanksgiving. Anyone? It's coming soon. All of that to Durkin. If you don't know what a Durkin is, Google it tonight and just go down the rabbit hole. Okay, y'all, let me tell you guys a story, okay? We tell stories here, so we're going to tell you a little story. Are you familiar with the following phrase, if, then? You know this, you know the phrase, right? Someone says, if blank, then blank. What that is that's a promise, okay? And when you say something like, hey, if you show up late, then you get a target. You follow through, right? So your teachers do. Well, I was not great at this whole follow through thing, okay? But one day, I decided that I was gonna follow through on an if-then statement, okay? I decided I was gonna follow through on an if-then statement. I was in something called PE. You guys have PE again? Some of you're like, I don't know. COVID just made it so we do jumping jacks when I turn off my camera because I feel weird. No, you do PE again, right? Why is it that PE is where all the fights break out? Does that happen to you guys? This is what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm chilling in PE, you know, wearing my little ill-fitting sweatpants, and we're playing volleyball, right? Now, the rules of volleyball are distinct from the rules of dodgeball. Do we agree? Okay, dodgeball is a game where you throw a ball at each other. If you hit somebody, they're out. That's dodgeball. Rotisserie chicken is when you take a chicken and you put a little, I'm not gonna explain that for you. Okay, so I'm sitting there in PE playing what I thought was volleyball, and here's what happens. This guy named, well, should I say his name? Yeah, Brandon Wagner. Okay, this guy, what a jerk. He bullied me from the time I was in 5th grade, okay? So he's like, you know him? Yeah, I know. So is Lindsay. She bullies me every week. Anyway, so I'm sitting there. Brandon Wagner's in PE. He's across the thing, and he grabs the volleyball. And instead of serving it, he's like, I'm going to throw it at you. Right? He does one of those, like, juke moves. And when someone does a juke move like that, you flinch, right? No one. The rest of you are too alpha dog to flinch. I was a little beta. I'm like, oh, my gosh, he's going to hit me. So what I did is I said the following phrase. If you hit me with the ball, then I will hit you with my fist. I know you think it's funny. It's not funny. Well, let me tell you what happened. So I told him, and I was like, if you do this, then this is what will happen. I was very clear. I gave him an if-then statement, and I was gonna follow through. So, Brandon, jerk. You tell I have some unprocessed pain that I have to work through? Anyone? Okay. So, he gets the ball, and he's like, I'm gonna hit him. So, he takes the ball, goes under the net, right? Now he's on my side of the court, and he winds up, and I'm like, I told you. If you hit me with the ball, then I will hit you with my fist. And sure enough, the fool winds up, hits me with the ball. And then something occurs to me. I was like, I did not think this through. Brandon's a big boy. He's bigger than me. But I told him I was gonna have to hit him. So as a man of my word and a man of my honor, I must follow through to preserve the honor of my family and my ancestries. And so what I do It's the dumbest thing. I run at him and I'm like, "Buh!" And I hit him on the shoulder. I know, so you're like, idiot, go for the head. It's like, it was the Thanos movement, right? Where Thanos is like, you should have gone for the head. And it's over. Like, so he looks at me and he's like, I'm gonna fight you. Wait, you're gonna fight me? No. I don't wanna fight. I just wanted to hit you because you told me, I told you I would, so I told you I wanted to hit you. We don't need to fight. And he's like, I'm gonna fight you. And so I was like, no, you're not. And so I just kind of walked like this, walked away, and then the weirdest thing happened. He like kept following me, and he wanted to keep wanting to hit me. And so then my friend Jake, who was a fighter, just sees him and he gets excited at fights. And so he did one of these, like he cowboyed up, and he went over, grabbed him, and did things to him that I can't say in public. Like, he decimated this dude, like, with his fist. It was terrible. And then I'm like, sweet, the bell rings, praise Jesus. And I go to my class, I don't even dress out. I'm sitting in my sweatpants in English, and I'm like, hey, Mr. Benoit, nothing weird going on here. Well, I get that call to the office, and the principal calls me in and says, Mr. Dacey, why do they do that? I'm Michael, okay? Mr. Dacey, do you know why you're here today? I do not, sir, assistant principal, sir. Do you know the school policy when it comes to fights? I do, but I would like to say now, I did not fight anyone. I simply hit someone and ran away. For what it's worth, I didn't actually fight. He says, you know, in the school handbook, if you hit someone, you get suspended. And I was like, uh-oh. And he literally was like, I said the following, but he hit me with a ball. And then he politely tells me, you were in PE class. Like he knows. And I said, so if I had a bat, anyway, so you guys are smart. You're smart kids. Okay, I end up getting in a whole heap of trouble. I got suspended for like 2 weeks from school for one stupid thing. It's so dumb. Moral of the story is never fight. My friend, you want to know what happened to my friend Jake? He got suspended for 2 weeks too. And then he started this whole like fighting club. Anyway, we don't talk about it. It got weird. So I got kicked out. I had to do homework for 2 weeks. It was the dumbest thing ever. But I'll tell you right now, I followed through, okay? Now, the lesson I learned was some things, it's a good idea not to follow through. Anybody else? Like, getting suspended means you have double homework. Like, if I would have just been sitting there in history class, I would have been done with the stupid construction paper project, right? Like, but instead, they gave me multiple assignments. It's the dumbest thing ever. But I followed through with an if-then statement. If-then statements are typically a promise, right? If you hear if and then, you're like, okay, something is going to follow through from point A to point B. No matter what the outcome is, no matter what it's gonna look like, okay? The problem is, a lot of us have heard many if-then statements in our life that haven't panned out, that haven't followed through, where we've heard something that was maybe a positive thing that somebody said that, hey, if you come through with your grades this semester, then I'll get you your driver's license, we'll get you set up with training. You're like, hey, if you're nice to your brother, then you can have your video games back, or whatever. There's all kinds of different statements where we hear that kind of follow-through concept coming in, right? But here's the deal. There's somebody who follows through on every statement every time. Every time they say it, they follow through with it. And whenever they say this statement of an if and a then, it always happens. It always carries through. His name is Jesus. And what Jesus did is he made a statement to us. He said, if you follow me, then you will have abundant life. He says, if you follow me, you'll have abundant life. And he promises to us to follow through on that. That if we would say, all right, Jesus, I'm all in, I want to follow you, he gives us abundant life. But what is abundant life? That's like a weird kind of Christian-y word, abundant. I haven't heard that since I read like Steinbeck in 9th grade English. What is that? So abundant life means this. It's a life that is full, a life that has meaning, a life that has purpose. Here's what Paul says in Colossians 3. He says this, if then, there's our statement, if then you have been raised with Christ, seek the things that are above, where Christ is, seated at the right hand of God. Set your minds on the things that are above, not the things of this earth. He says, if this is true, then follow through. Actually keep your word. If it's true that you believe in this Jesus person, this Jesus guy who lived this perfect life and died for us that we may have a new life in him, then live consistent with it. Follow through. And the way that we follow through is simple. He says, set your minds on the things that are above. What he asks us to do is to reset our mindset. So you need to reset your mindset. Because here's the problem. There's a way that the world kind of like spells out how to live for us. And there's certain values that the world has when it comes to how to live. And then there's this set of values that's totally different from the way that the world wants us to live. And it's in what the Bible says, how the Bible explains it, is it says that there are things that are above and there are things that are below. There's a chart in there in the back if you guys can throw it up. But there's things that are above and things that are below. There's a way that we operate here and a way that Jesus works. For example, the things that are above are things like truth, kindness, grace, sacrificial love. Some of these words have so much depth to them and what they look like to be expressed, but even just the idea of speaking the truth. You know, when you lie, what happens is you have to tell another lie. You ever have that happen? You tell your parents where you were that night, and then they're like, hey, how did that go? Oh, yeah, actually, where I really was, what? And then you almost have to stack on to the lie. And then what happens with lying is we end up having to chase lies, and then what it does is it actually produces more anxiety in us because we have to remember what we lied about previously. And then the only way to even get rid of all that is literally just to speak the truth. Here's the crazy thing. What Jesus said is he said, speak the truth at all times. Just say what's true all the time. Even if it's uncomfortable, even if someone's not gonna like you, just say what is actually true. That's a better way to live. That's something that's above versus something that's below. Below says subjectivity. What's true for you is not true for me, right? You guys are familiar with that? It might be true for you, but not true for me. That breaks down really fast. That way of life that is here on our earth where we say, yeah, well, it's true for them to operate this way, but not true for me to operate that way. It's easily destroyed. In fact, it's kind of hilarious. If you ever want to say, well, it's right for you, but not right for me, every one of those philosophical arguments always end up in the exact same place. It's called Godwin's Law, okay? You know where it ends up? Hitler and the Nazis. Every time. I know you're like, what? What? Seriously, every time. You're like, oh, well, it's right for you, but not right for me. And it's okay that we have different truths. Is it really okay? Because literally just follow that argument all the way down. And there's people who thought that what they were doing was right, which none of us in this room with a clear mind and clear conscience could look at some of the things that happened during the 20th century and say, that was true for them. It wasn't truth. But what the world sells us is a version of subjectivity that falls apart. Here's another one, kindness. What the things of above are is they value kindness, being kind to other people. The world values coolness, being popular, being important, which doesn't always look like being kind to the person that you might be embarrassed to sit by. The things that are above are grace, extending grace, forgiving one another. The way of the world is a grudge, saying, I'm not going to forgive them. I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to get my revenge. I'm going to get my way. The things that are above is sacrificial love, choosing to love others, even if sometimes it compromises our general preference. The way of the earth is self-love, like just love yourself more, guys. That's what's communicated. And so when Paul's saying to think on things that are above, like if it's true that you believe in who Jesus is, then think about these things, because these things that are above are things that transcend what our world does. You see, anything that is good in this world, anything that's right, any truth, grace, kindness, sacrificial love, all of it is derived from God himself. And all of those things are objective in the sense that they exist beyond what's temporal. They exist beyond any like scenario that you can throw against it. What is true will always remain true. What an act of grace looks like will always remain an act of grace. What is kind will always remain kindness. Because those things are beyond this world. They're actually objective truths, objective realities about reality that exist whether or not we want them to. Truth is still truth. Grace is still grace. And so Paul gives us this challenge. He says, look, live like it. Think about the things that are above. Think about the way that Jesus operated and live that way. He closes up with this idea. He says, look, for you have died and your life is hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is alive, who is your life, appears, then you will also appear with him. Look, here's what he's saying. Who dead? You dead. Yeah, here's what he said. He's basically saying this. He's like, hey, if you've believed in Jesus, you died. Uh-oh. You're like, wait, what? No, I didn't. Clear them here, right? Okay, you can clear the slide, Grace. Just get rid of it. So here's what he says. If you believe in Jesus, the old you is dead. Here's the problem. A lot of times with us, when we go about our life and we start to just like live like the if-then statement of who Jesus isn't true, practically what we're doing is we're picking up like a skeleton and we just throw it over our shoulders and we just walk around like, hey, check it out, man. Don't worry about me. I just got this dead thing on me. It's no big. And we act like it's normal. And then it's easy to do it because then we get around other people who are carrying skeletons and we're just like, oh, you're a skeleton guy too. Okay, sweet. And what we do sometimes is we pick up the things that are dead, the things that we don't need anymore, the things that are of this earth, like holding a grudge or being subjective about all things or just thinking that cool is the most important thing or being self-loving at all times. And what we do is we live in that way, but what we really look like is we look like we're just carrying around a dead thing. Anybody grossed out? I'm a little grossed out. It's gross. But that's practically what Paul's saying is it's not who you are anymore. You have a new identity. Have you guys ever heard of the show What Not to Wear? You heard of that show? It's a very old show. Here's what they do. They get some lady or some guy and be like, okay, we need a whole wardrobe changeover, right? So they go in, they look at all of her clothes. Oh, who picked this out? They like throw it away and they go crazy, right? They're like, honey, no, right? And they get rid of it. And then what they do is they take her and they stand her in front of all these mirrors and they're like, okay, that does not work. And she's just crying, right? Because like they're bullying her, but it's out of love. So what they do is they go and they buy her like a whole new kit, man. They're like, oh yeah, your body's shaped like an upside down triangle. So it's like stuff I don't understand. So what you need is like this here, and they explain all this weird crap that I still don't understand as a 29-year-old male. But what they would do is they'd buy all these new clothes and they give her like the haircut that fits her face right, and they'd color her hair or whatever, something weird. And then they wouldn't show her any of it. They put her in front of some mirrors with a blindfold, and then they take it off. And when she sees herself, these women would just start bawling. They just start bawling. They're like, I didn't know what I could look like, or I didn't know who I was. I was living wearing things that didn't fit me right, or I was wearing, just like operating in a way that I didn't know that I could be any different. And then they have somebody like kind of help them out with some fashion or whatever, which is trite on many levels. But what happens is they start bawling. Because their whole time they've been walking around just wearing things that didn't work for them. But the same is true kind of with the gospel. What the gospel does is it says, okay guys, okay listen, I know that this is the way the world works. I know like you think that looks cute, but it doesn't, okay? Like it doesn't look good on you. In fact, holding a grudge is kind of ugly. So what you need to do, honey, is put on grace. Like that's what the gospel does for us. It says what not to wear. For us, it says, look, that's actually a dead way of living. Keep it dead, leave it dead. Live like who you really are. Because if you've trusted in Jesus, you have a brand new identity. And who you are is defined by who Jesus is. So you are set free from the empty lies of our culture that are going to push us into directions that really have nothing to do with your new identity in Jesus. And so here's my challenge to you guys is this. Would you move from focusing on the things of this earth, the things that are really going to be temporal, like getting into stupid fights or caring about things that really aren't going to matter, and shift that view from the things that are here to the things that are above. And the things that are above are the things of who Jesus is, like speaking the truth, or like living and expressing grace, like being kind to other people and exemplifying self-sacrificing love. That is what we're called to do. That's my invitation to you guys, is to seek the things that are above. Let me pray for us, and we'll jump into small group for a few minutes. Your goal in small group today, just get to know each other, say what's up, give some high fives, and next week we'll dive in some more. So let me pray, and we will get there. God, we love you. We thank you for who you are. We thank you that you're a good God that we can trust with our everything. And so I pray tonight, God, that they would hear about you and this life that you have for us that's better than what the world wants to sell us. And I pray that we would learn to walk just more consistently in that. So we pray that in your son's